it as they wait for the lights to go out. The revs are building. Let's go racing.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, punters of all ages, we welcome you to another Wheel-to-Wheel special where tonight we're talking to our three leading drivers from Division 2 who will be battling it out for the championship come Sunday in our Super Enduro at Bathurst. So tonight we welcome our current Div 2 leader in Mid-Risky, Corbin and Jonesy. So let's kick it off with Mid-Risky. Mid, you're on 3,926 points and currently leading the championship. Let's talk about your season that's just gone. Tell us about your season, mate, your highlights, any issues?
No, I think I'm pretty fortunate to be sitting on top of the table at the moment. I think Flossie unfortunately missed a couple of races and dropped down the leaderboard. Das also had the same issue where he's missed a couple of races, but he was sitting up in the top three. And I've taken the leaderboard top ranking through a little bit of luck more than anything else. I don't think I've been in the top 5 in any of the major races, but I've had consistent runs. So that consistency's sort of helped me stay in that top 5. And as I said, I think we're a little bit lucky to be sitting on top of the table at the moment.
Well, I think you might be underrating yourself there. You don't lead the Division 2 championship after 11 rounds just through luck. But probably the story of the week, certainly for Div 2, is with you, Corbin. Have not RSVP'd and will not be entering, so really no chance of you taking out the championship, which is a real shame. But let's talk about the season that's just happened, mate. Tell us highlights and how you felt about it.
I mean, overall, I think it's been a positive season. I think for me, I was kind of just really keen on avoiding getting stuck in situations that I would put myself in. Last season, I think I was given a Milo award for most times in the stewards report. So, well, I think it was tied most. So, but it is one of those things that I've been able to work on that. I've had a couple poor rounds. My first round and last round stand out as just rounds that I just didn't have any fun from the beginning. But highlights have been kind of the Red Bull ring and things like that, where I've always enjoyed it in the wet. I've also always enjoyed Red Bull. And it's just trying to build a bit of consistency. Last season, I felt like I probably didn't have great consistency, and this season I've worked hard on that and tried to be a little more even, and I haven't quite got where I want. I had to miss a couple of races due to exams, and unfortunately I have to miss the last race because I'll be travelling for courses again. So just one of those situations I find myself in, really. 2 seasons in a row I'm here battling for a division title and I cannot make the last round. So one day I'll get a win.
Yeah, and Jonesy, 72 points behind the lead and still within reach this Div 2 championship. How did your season go, mate? Tell us about your season and any highlights that you had from it.
Yeah, well, the levels really picked up a whole lot through throughout the whole league. So, and even if you were doing well last season, this season it's not as good as what it was last season. So, it's it's good. The challenge is always there to get better and faster, and And I've taken out a Div 2 title once before in season 7. Ended up in Div 1 and spat out of that. Back into Div 2 again, and it's I don't know, Split 2 I think is it's good racing. Everyone's out there to have a good shot and have a win, and it's always pretty even. But yeah, the season so far has been okay. No major highlights. It's been a pretty consistent points-wise season. Otherwise, yeah, loving a Ferrari. Could do that every day of the week. It's awesome. But yeah, no, it's good fun. Loving it.
Well, the current Group 3 rankings between you guys is, so we have Corbin ranked 18th in the league, Midrisky ranked 19th in the league, and Jonesy ranked 25th in the league in the Group 3 cars. So, Corbin, you would have only had to beat Midrisky by 1 second to take out the championship had you been able to enter. And Jonesy, you need to beat Mid by 17 seconds or more at Bathurst to take out the championship. So I guess let's talk about some strategy. Midrisky, do you have you finalised your strategy, or how are you going to take this round on?
No, I don't think so. I think I still want to do a couple more test races. I think I've done a couple of races already, but I've done a 3-stop and a 4-stop. And unfortunately, the 4-stopper, which we did the other day, I did get a time on, so I'm not quite sure what it would have been. But I think it really comes down to how confident I feel about those early laps. And it'll come down to the first 2 or 3 laps. I think if I can get myself in the top 4 or 5 and we break away from the rest of the pack, then I've got a bit of confidence. I might do or try to do fast laps for 4-stop. But if I fall away from the pack, if I'm in that front pack, if I fall away, I'll try to probably go back to a 3-stopper. But that decision's going to have to be made pretty early because of the fuel usage. So at the moment, I wouldn't mind getting a couple more races under my belt to help me make that decision on race day.
Yeah, fair call. And Corbin, as much as I hate breaking your heart, mate, how does that feel now, knowing that you really only had to beat Midrisky, and you've gone 11 rounds, essentially you two battling each other, 11 rounds in wheel to wheel, and there's 1 second separating you two. Unfortunately, you can't turn up for the final round, but mate, tell us about that. 1 second separating you and the current points champion. It's got to make you hungry for next season.
It does. For me, and there's a lot of maybe a little why I did qualifying, is I kind of wanted to see, and it's a little hard on yourself seeing if you were quick. My top point scoring round last season was Bathurst. I've always been what I'd like to consider good at Bathurst, and for me to kind of end up in a spot where I can't do the last round is really disappointing. But it's one of those things. It is what it is. I've had a good run for the season so far. Midrisky's always kind of been that person standing my way. We've had a good season. Even like Jonesy and Das, all the guys from Div 2 and the kind of fallouts from Div 1. It's been good racing, and at the end of the day, that's kind of what matters most. There's another season, and I'll get at it some other season.
And Jonesy, you need to beat Midrisky by 17 seconds to take out this title. It's probably a lay down misère that you're going to get runner-up in the championship now. But mate, how are you planning on making up those 17 seconds on Midrisky, and how are you going to approach the race?
17 seconds is a lot. I don't know. Just try and keep it clean, keep it off the walls. It's going to be all about saving fuel. I'm pretty committed to an 11 lap stints, and just a matter of when to throw the soft stint in and how many laps do I knows pretty much. So see how it all pans out. I mean, stuff changes during the race. The accidents happen. You get slip, you lose slip. It's But yeah, 11 laps I think is the max I'll get out of it without going too slow. And cross my fingers and hope for the best. I mean, just enjoy it. Driving around Bathurst is always a challenge. No matter how many laps you've done there, it's always difficult. You just getting that perfect lap is just near impossible. And that's why I think they got the lap of the gods, and that was such a big thing about it, because it's very rare to get a perfect lap around Bathurst, and to try and do 43 of them. Yeah, we'll see. But it's been fun. It could have been 5 of us vying for this title, really. With Flossie and Patron both missing races, and obviously CCH not racing this weekend either. So I've lucked in, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, next season we'll just try and do it better again.
Yeah, well, I mean, you say 17 seconds is a lot, but that's about 3/10 per lap over 43 laps. So, and it's one mistake from Midrisky and you're all over it.
He's in the Lexus. It's that's my fave. I wish I was driving it this weekend. It's a much nicer car to drive around Bathurst. But yeah, no, we'll see how we go. Bit of luck here and there. Don't want to wish Midrisky bad luck, but I mean, that's what it's going to take, really. He's been driving well all season, so we've had some great battles out there. He's always one to give you a little tap along the arse to get you moving as well. So we'll see how it all pans out tomorrow. I don't think you give him any bump drafts tomorrow.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, guys, well, really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us tonight. We're all looking forward to the battle that unfolds at Bathurst. We're between you guys on Sunday, and out there to finalise the Div 2 Championship. The battle certainly for Division 1 and certainly for Division 3 are all coming down to the last race. So we're going to have some mighty battles across all divisions this week. And for all you punters at home, make sure to watch our streams on YouTube and Facebook. And until next time, as always, keep the wheel straight and in between the lines.